Today, our crew went out to the Humane Society of Northeast Georgia to learn more about their foster program.
I'm Kathleen Guerin. I'm the foster and volunteer coordinator for the Humane Society of Northeast Georgia. The foster program for the Humane Society of Northeast Georgia is a program that we have to get our rescues out of the shelter for a break. It can be for a medical reason, it can just be for a couple nights just for a break from the shelter, but it's to get our dogs and cats out of here for a break. To foster animals for us, it's a simple application that you can find online. It's a home inspection that's required through the state of Georgia for the Department of Agriculture, which is very simple. It only takes about 5 minutes. And since everything shut down earlier this year, we started doing them through Zoom. So it's very, very simple. And then you get on a list, and when I have rescues that need foster, I send out an email. If you're available, you let me know. If not, maybe you can help next time. A foster parent does not have to buy any supplies. We provide all the necessary supplies, all the medical care is done here on site. We provide the food so they stay on a consistent diet so there's no intestinal upset. If you do want to go out and buy something special blanket or a toy, that's okay, but you're not required for any out-of-pocket costs whatsoever. What I would say to a potential foster parent that thinks they're going to get attached is you probably will, but it's okay. This is Dora Lee. She was one of my fosters. I had her for a month. She was abandoned on a hiking trail, probably by her mom. I kept her in my home for a month. She went to another foster for a month. It's hard not to fall in love with them and get attached. I mean, they're living, breathing creatures and they're adorable, but you have to look at it like every animal you foster, that's saving a life. So to keep being a foster and taking in these rescues that need help, you're just doing good things for them over and over again. But I do have 2 foster fail cats, so it does happen. The biggest need for foster that we have right now are orphan kittens. We have quite a few bottle baby kittens. And we actually have 2 cleft palate puppies that are in foster that are being bottle fed also. It's a huge need for bottle feeding fosters because that is, it's an easy thing to learn, but it's very time consuming. They're like babies. They need to eat every 2 hours in the beginning. But our main need right now are orphan kittens. Because when everything shut down, people didn't have access to veterinary care like they usually do. A lot of clinics and vets' offices closed down, so people were not getting their cats spayed and neutered. So we just have so many cats and kittens right now coming into the shelter. Fostering animals is not hard. I don't think it's hard. I've been doing it for about 3 years now. You just need a set place in your home to keep the animal. Just provide the basic needs and lots of love. What a foster parent needs to provide for their animal is, the basic necessities: shelter, clean environment. We provide the food, but you have to feed them on their feeding schedule. Just, the basic needs that we need as people: shelter, food, and lots of love. Sometimes medication is involved, but like I said, we provide all medical care. We would give you full instructions if any medication needed to be administered. To sign up to be a foster parent, you just go to our website, HSNEGA.org. There's a pull-down tab at the top of the menu. Just go under volunteers and the foster application is there. Some other programs that fall under being a foster that we have are our 2-night sleepover program and our day field trip program, our expedition program. And we were going to open that up to the public before everything shut down. We had a launch date, we were all excited, but coming soon we will be opening up to the public our field trip program, where you can take an available adoptable dog out for the day. You can take him on a hike, you can take him home to watch a movie, just spend a day with a dog. And it's also good if you're kind of on the fence as to whether or not you want to adopt. It's kind of like a trial adoption. And then our sleepover program, again, it's with available rescues. You would take them home for a 2-night sleepover. We started that last year around Thanksgiving. We're probably going to relaunch it again this Thanksgiving to try to get as many rescues as we can into a home for the Thanksgiving break and Christmas break, so they can be home for the holidays too.
I'm Katie Dixon, and I am a foster parent of specifically kittens. So I do have one cat. She is a full-grown, and she's not the biggest fan of my foster cats. She kind of likes to be independent and on her own. So if I let them interact, I'm doing it when I am in the room, because she can sometimes get a little feisty, try to spot them a few times here and there. However, for the most part, she is quite gentle with them. She has gone up to them despite not liking them much, and still lick their foreheads, try to see if they're okay, sniff them, check them out. However, when you first get a foster pet, you should definitely separate your pet from the foster animal for at least 2 weeks in case any health problems arise in your foster animals. That way it isn't passed on to your pet. So for kittens specifically, they will go back to the shelter when they are 2 pounds, because when they're 2 pounds, they can get neutered and spayed. So that means they'll be in the shelter and they'll be ready to be adopted out at that point. However, before then, it kind of just depends on what age you get them at. These current foster kittens that I have, I got them when they were 1 week old. So I bottle fed them from when they were babies, and I will have had them for about 2.5 months by the time that they go back to the shelter. But the kittens that I had before that, I got them at 5 weeks old, and I had them for about a month. So it honestly just depends on the age you get the animal at. So when an animal gets adopted, I typically don't have much to do in that role. If I can, it'd be great to try and find an adopter for any of the animals before I bring them back to the shelter. I can help introduce adopters to the animals before they hit 2 pounds, before they go back to the shelter, get neutered and spayed. However, typically what has been happening with me is I have been just bringing them back to the shelter, and then that's my final goodbye. I try to, keep in touch and see if they've been adopted out, check the website to see if their pictures have been taken off, which means, yay, they found a home. I think becoming too attached to your foster animal is definitely a possibility. However, I have come into fostering with the mindset that I am the temporary parent. I am the person who's here to love them and help them grow into the little personality and crazy little furry thing that they can be, and I'm just the transition point from A to B. And I think if you don't go into fostering with that mindset, then you're going to end up really getting attached to them. But I have to think of every little thing they do as a win for the person that will possibly adopt them. I would highly recommend fostering to anybody. It actually takes a lot less time than you think, especially if you're already an animal lover. If you're an animal lover, you are going to want to be around these animals. And I think especially now during quarantine or during this weird season that we've been in, it's been a great way for me to feel like I'm still able to help out in the world. So I would highly recommend it. They're great little creatures. All you need to do is give them love. Every supply that you could possibly need, the shelter has for you. So really, you just give them love and give them your time.
Make sure you go and check out the Humane Society of Northeast Georgia here in Gainesville and check out all of the animals they have up for adoption.